Hey, what's up, YouTubers? How are you? So I'm literally like outside of my school building, and I was like, you know what? I wanted to do a quick video just talking about how it is growing up in an Haitian household, like how it is being a Haitian kid, and how it is, being a Haitian adult, being raised by Haitian parents, and like the effect that it has on you when you become an adult. Being raised in a Haitian household is like very, very challenging and tough, because Haitian parents have their like ideology, and they're very, very like strict when it comes to education. They're very strict when it comes to you know your Christian walk. They have certain standards that can be challenging at times. Like, for example, like my mom, she was strict when it came to education, and that's probably why like I do so well in school. And then when I don't do well, like if I don't pass a test, or if I didn't get the grade that I thought I wasn't gonna get, that I thought I was gonna get, like I seriously like get angry and I beat up on myself. Because like my mom, she was like, no, A, B, A, B. And if I came home with like a C, oh my gosh, she would just make me feel so bad. I remember one time I came home and I got a C in one of my biology class in high school, and my mom made me feel, well, no, before that, I saw like my report card, and I was walking with my friend because we all lived like near like the same area. The whole entire time I was depressed and I was crying, and I was just so angry that I had a seat. And my friend, she's American, and my friend, she was like, girl, calm down, it's not the end of the world. She was like, I wish I had the grade that you had. And I was like, you don't understand, in the Haitian household, like you can't have a C. Like my mom do not appreciate a C. And so when I showed my mom my report card, it's like she didn't even see the A and B. She didn't even see that I still had a great GPA. And that was like the only class like I had a C in was biology. And not because, biology was hard. It was just that semester I just didn't feel like putting all my, time in. And I was just playing around too much in class. And my mom looked so disappointed. And I was just like, I was depressed and I was crying. And I told my mom, I said, I promise you, like next semester, like I will definitely get, my grade's gonna go up to like an A. And so next semester I worked hard and I got an A. And when my mom saw my grade, she was like, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I sent you to school for. So yeah, when it comes to education, like that's something that they do not take lightly. Like they really want you to take your education seriously, and then they want you to take your walk with the Lord. They want you to take your Christian walk seriously. Like it's a lot of pressure, and they strict. Like I had no curfew. Like my curfew was to be home before the street light came on. Like literally, like I couldn't go out, and if I could go out, it was only like with my brothers, and it was only with like, if the church was doing something. But I really couldn't go out. I really couldn't do anything. And then like if I wanted to do something, it had to be during the day, like during the summertime. My mom didn't mind me being out during the day, but once it started getting night and the sun went down, she was like, no, no, no. And I used to be so mad because I had no social life. And I think that's probably why now as an adult, like I am very like introverted, and I'm kind of like antisocial because I didn't have a social life. And then the only people that I was able to socialize with were people in school, or if it was people at church, or someone that she knew, like their like her friends and they kids. Like that was the only people that I was able to socialize with, because my mom didn't play with friends. She didn't play with me having sleepovers. I just didn't have no social life. So that's why, like when my brothers was older, they were just able to like go out with their friends and have fun. But me being the only girl, like I didn't have no social life. Like I literally was in my room every day. And I spent majority of the time like writing and reading and watching basic television because I couldn't do anything. Like my mom had this put so much pressure on me to just focus on my education and focus on school and focus on my Christian walk, and just focusing on it was a lot of pressure. And it was a lot of pressure. And I think for a long time I had harbored like a lot of like resentment towards her, because sometimes I used to feel like I'm a good girl. I'm not out here doing what she thinks that I'm doing. And that's one thing about Haitian parents. Like, they always assume that you're doing something inappropriate or you're doing something that you're not supposed to be doing. I'm like, no, like, just because I want to go to the movies with my friends doesn't mean I'm going to go and do something else. I just want to get out the house. Like, I just want to have a social life. I just want to breathe. But it's like that idea that if you want to do something outside of church or you want to do something outside of school, that you're up to something. Like, if you're smoking or you're drinking or you're out here fornicating or you're out here just clubbing. I'm like, no, mom, I'm just trying to go to the mall. Like, and I may not be home at like 8 o'clock the time you want me to be home. And this should just be so stressful. And this one thing I do like about it is that I didn't go through it alone, because a lot of my friends were Haitian. So me and my friends, we used to talk about like how our parents would draw, and we would try to figure out like how we could try to like do stuff, like kind of be a little sneaky with our parents finding out. But I've never been the type of chick that, would sneak out and try to come back home like before my mom wake up or leave the house. I just was too scared to do anything like that. And then plus, like, my brothers ain't play that either. So it was just like, I was a scary Haitian kid. Like, I was rebellious when it comes to like disagreements with my mom. Like, my mom say something that I didn't agree with, I will always like, disagree with her and explain how I feel, even though she was just like, whatever. But I was never like the type of chick that's like, okay, everybody's sleeping, I'm gonna leave, and then you come. I just didn't have, first of all, I was too scared, and I just was not living in a safe, neighborhood at that time, drug dealers, prostitutes. I just was too scared to do any of that stuff. And I was just like, I just didn't want to stress my mom out. Plus, my mom be like, every time we get into an argument, she was like, you made my blood pressure go up. And then she had to take a blood pressure medication. I said, I ain't have time for that. But, yeah, being raised in a Haitian household is a lot. Like, it's just these expectations. And sometimes I feel like they wanted you to be, like, perfect. And I understand, like, they just want their children to have a great life and they don't want their children to struggle. But at the same time, it's like, I feel like they missed the part of just parenting, like not just the financial aspect of it and making sure that they're taken care of, like, they have shelter. But I feel like they forgot the other aspect, which is like communicating and really knowing like what's going on with your child. Like, I felt like I couldn't have certain conversations with my mom. And so a lot of the conversations I had it with like my friends or my brothers, or I kept a lot of stuff to myself because I always felt like my mom was going to judge me. I mean, my grandmother, she was more like chill and more relaxed, and she was more open-minded, but still could get me together in a heartbeat. I just felt like, sometimes being raised in a Haitian household, you feel like you're being judged. And you feel like you're being misunderstood. And sometimes you feel like when you're trying to express how you feel, they automatically assume that you're being disrespectful. And I'm like, no, that's not what it is. I'm just trying to show you a different way. Like, I don't want you to see me in this type of light. Like, what if I don't want to be a doctor? What if I don't want to be a nurse or a teacher? Like, does that mean that I'm not a good person? Like, does that mean I'm not a good Haitian kid? Like, it's like sometimes they put a lot of stigma, or sometimes they put so much labels on you. And I'm like, look, like, it's stressful being a Haitian kid. And it's like a lot of sneaking going on. It's like you literally taught to like sneak around, or you're literally taught to lie, because you feel like if I want to tell my mom, hey mom, I want to go to the movies with my friend Madeline, we're gonna go see this movie, it's automatically like shut down. There's never an open-minded moment. Like, I remember my mom was so mad I went on my prom, because I said, you know what, I'm gonna go to my prom, because I didn't go to no dance, I didn't do any of that stuff, because I already knew my mom was gonna say no. But this time I was like, I really want to go to prom. And she was so mad. The day of my prom, she went to sleep. She didn't see me get dressed, because that was the same day she had to go to work. But she was just so mad. And I was just like, come on, like, I'm a good kid. I'm like, and that's the thing that had bothered me. I was like, Mom, I'm in high school. And I was an honor student for every year of high school. Like, every year from 9th to 12th grade, I was an honor student. And you're mad at me because I'm going to prom, because you're going to assume that I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. It's like they always assuming the worst. And I understand, like, she was a single mother and she did an amazing job raising 3 amazing men in a woman, 4 kids. But at the same time, it was just like, gosh, like, let me breathe a little bit. Like, let me experience life, let me have a little bit of freedom. Like, allow me to have a little bit of freedom. Like, yeah, she let me go out, but it was like during the day. It wasn't at night. But at the same time, I do thank her for sheltering me, because she did protect me from a lot of things. But yeah, and as a parent, I understand why. That's why she was so overprotective. But I also feel like now that I'm raising two girls and a son, like, I want it to be a balance. Like, I don't want them to feel like they gotta hide. I don't want them to feel like they can't tell me anything because they feel like I'm gonna judge them, or they feel like, like I'm gonna make them feel like a horrible person. And they have that tendency of making you feel like that. And one thing about Haitian parents, when they mad at you, baby, they give you silent treatment for real. I remember, I don't know what it was, but I remember one time I made my mom mad, and she was mad at me for like a week or two. And I was like, dang, I don't remember what I said. But I just know that my mom was mad at me for like a week or two, and she gave me like the silent treatment. And Haitians are good at giving you silent treatments. And Haitians parents are good at just like disciplining you for nothing. It's like every time you express how you feel, it's like you being disrespectful or you being disobedient. It's like, no, I'm not being disrespectful. I'm not being disobedient. It's just I have the right to not agree with you. At the end of the day, you're going to win because you're the parent, like, point blank, period. I'm just saying, like, I don't agree with that. And sometimes I feel like a lot of Haitian parents are that way towards their kids because that's how they were raised. That's how they were parents. So they don't know any other way. Like, they're just stuck to this type of like mindset of it has to be this way. And I'm like, it don't have to be that way. Like, I'm not saying that Haitian parents needs to get rid of the old stuff. I do believe that there's certain things that you need to be strict upon, like education. You need to be strict about a lot of stuff. But there's certain things that you could kind of like, you could be kind of like relaxed and don't have to be so like tense because, man, I used to get so nervous talking to my mom. Like, now I feel like, me and my mom's relationship has gotten better now that I'm a wife and now that I'm a mother. Now we have certain conversations, but even certain stuff, I still get uncomfortable. Like, I still get afraid. Like, I can honestly say, like, I am like afraid to have certain conversations with her because as a child, it's like ever since I was a little kid, even though I was vocal, I always felt like I didn't want to disappoint my mom. And a lot of Haitian kids feel that way. They don't want to disappoint their mom. They don't want to disappoint their dad, or they don't want to disappoint whoever is raising them, like you or your grandmother, your grandfather. Like, it's just a lot. And it's like this idea of trying to be perfect is horrible because you grow up and then now you have kids. And so now if you don't break that cycle, you're going to raise your kids to feel like they can't talk to you. You're going to raise your children to feel like they can't be honest with you. You're going to raise your children to be perfectionists and have so much pressure and then make them antisocial because you don't want them to have no friends. But then at the same time, that they have to socialize, but at the same time, you're so afraid for them to socialize because your parents, embedded that. And so it's like, being a Haitian parent, I gotta be mindful, like how I should raise my kids, because like some of the stuff that my mom instilled was great, and then some of the stuff was just like, okay. And then I understand because she was a single mother. It's not like she had my dad living with her so they could lean and glean off of each other. She did everything by herself. Like, she was the breadwinner. So a lot of stuff that she instilled was just based off of like her just trying to make sure that her children had a better life and her making sure that her children were safe. But yeah, growing up in a Haitian household, it's a lot, it's a lot. It's very strict. I know now, like, there's some Haitian parents that are becoming more like lenient and more relaxed, and they're becoming, more they communicate more and they're more open. But not me, child. I don't even know how to, like, look. I feel like the best way you survive being a Haitian kid is just basically getting your high school diploma and going on to college and slowly but surely finding your independence, and you have to eventually say, like, like, I feel like the only way you can survive being a Haitian kid is like getting your diploma and then going on to campus and just try to find that independence. Because I realized, like, once my brothers like went away to college and they came back and they stayed with my mom for a little bit, like the relationship like kind of shifted. My mom couldn't talk to my brothers the same way that she used to talk to them when they lived with her. Like, yeah, she still have her ways. She still like, you know, certain things ain't gonna change with my mom. And that's one thing about Haitian parents. You just gotta realize, like, they are stuck in their ways, and you can't. They have to either want to change, or eventually they're not going to change, and you just got to be able to maneuver around that and not take everything so personally, because sometimes Haitian parents, man, they just overbearing and they're controlling, and they get on your nerves sometimes, and you just be like, gosh, like, you're not understanding, like, because they have this expectation of who they want you to be, but they're not open to allowing God to allow you to flourish into the person that God wants you to be. And so it's just, and they so sensitive, man. Haitian parents get angry, they get sad, they get mad in a heartbeat. And I'm like, gosh, like, they get offended quickly. And it's like, I don't know if because it's pressure of the world, like they got bills or pressure or whatever, and they get mad in a heartbeat. They're not like, okay, let's talk. They get, when I tell you, Haitian parents have anger problems, you know, they go from 0 to 100. It's like, I don't understand. Like, Haitian parents are very sensitive, like, and they get offended real quick. And I'm like, okay, like, but then when you get offended by them, it's like, no, I'm the parent, you need to listen to me, you have no right, like, and I'm like, okay, but I'm still a human being, like, I'm your child, like, you have to consider my feelings too. Like, it's not just because, you know, I'm your child doesn't mean that my feelings don't matter, doesn't mean my heart don't matter. Like, so I just feel like Haitian parents, man, they strict, man, you know, but I love the fact that they love from a pure place, and they love their kids. I tell you one thing, they love hard. And when they proud of you, baby, they let everybody in Haiti know. They call all their friends. Like, once you get your degree, or you marry, or you have kids, or you get baptized, baby, the whole world will know. Because that's one thing I realize about, like, Haitian parents. Like, they pride themselves in their children. Like, they love to just boast on their children. They love to brag on their children. Baby, when you doing something right, they call everybody. But baby, when you doing something wrong, they spilling all the tea. It's like, how do my uncle know what I did 2 weeks ago? They call everybody. So Haitian parents, they talk a lot. The Haitian community, period, we talk a lot. Like, we know everybody's business. Like, every time I come to Philly, my mom's spelling me tell you, like, you know that lady that used to go to our church 2001? I'm like, no. Well, let me tell you. I'm like, girl, I didn't even know all of this. I'm like, I don't even know who she's talking about. But I love my Haitian mama. She did an amazing job being a single parent. I love my Haitian grandmother. She did an amazing job. And I love being Haitian. I love the culture. I love the food. I love our history. But being raised in a Haitian household has its perks. I tell you one thing, it has its advantages and it has its disadvantages. But look, I survive it, and any Haitian kid, you can survive it too. All right, talk to you later. Bye.